Is sex recommended during a female's menstrual cycle?
In my opinion, no. Because I believe everybody have the practice. And I respect people's practice. And I am not in a position of enforcing or pushing my own belief system to anyone. But medically, it is a time where the blood, when cleansing, that is my belief. My colleague have our own belief, which is fine.
Some women feel more sexy when they are having their period. There is nothing wrong for me with having sex during your period, especially if you are protected. So you can use the condom, and doctor that takes care of the transmission of infection, just as if you were not having your period. And another good thing of having sex during your period, sex actually helps with your menstrual cramps. Yes. No, hello. I am hello. You ask me.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
So you put it in the vagina, in the hole, like this. Now, any man that is worth his salt, know that you don't push in all one time, doctor. You leave peace for emphasis. So you don't push in all one time. Then you take your longest finger, right?
Hold on. Anybody worth his?
Yeah, you can't push it all one time. All what we are saying, learn to use your tongue. And let us teach you.
Can the tongue vibrate on that frequency?
But then the penis will do what the tongue can't do.
The penis cannot do that. Those vibrations. That's my issue.
I am saying
fire upon the rose. Listen to me.
You don't do the oral sex, then the penetrative sex will be a lot more fulfilling, because the oral sex. Hello, I am speaking. The oral sex is just the foreplay that makes the penetrative sex sweeter. That's all. You don't have to compete with the rose. Take it from Auntie Rose.
I tolerate men.
We live in a risky world, you know? Yeah. So I can say. And, we explore.
Men should always spend on a woman.
Appreciation is a big man.
Drink a 420, relax a bit. 420 we drinking. 420. Yeah. Come on board, join the 420 Nation, and remember to drink responsibly.
Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of the Perspectives Podcast. Tonight we have a different settings, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tonight we have a more serious kind of panel, you know? We have a doctor and a nurse.
Yes.
A doctor and a nurse. But before we get into the episode introductions, I would like to say thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. You don't know. Shout out to Angostura. For all the beverages, we have the straight vibes, the chill, and the 420 OG and Ace Passion. Shout out to Meltaway for hosting us. You don't know, if you've never been to Meltaway for a karaoke in St. Kitts, you have never experienced real karaoke. You have to visit Meltaway. They have a well-stocked bar and a nice kitchen with some lovely food, you know? Yeah, but as I say, we have a nurse and a doctor. You don't know, tonight it's all about health, you know, sex health and all those things.
Yes.
I feel like I learned some stuff tonight, you know? Yeah, so okay. So I'll allow the lady to introduce herself first.
Yes, I am Mrs. Lucine Pemberton Vaughan. A nurse by background, by profession. I am presently the health educator and the counselor within the National AIDS Secretariat, HIV master trainer and the tester. I am known to the young people as Auntie Puss, but I have since graduated to Auntie Rose. What happened?
What that mean? No, what that mean? What that mean?
Which one? Auntie Puss?
Auntie Puss, yeah.
Auntie Puss, yeah.
Auntie Puss.
Yes, because the young people have a lot of names for the private parts, and it is what they feel comfortable with. So they know that if they have any problems in that area, that they have somebody that they could interact with and feel free to be themselves. So because the shortening for my name is Luce, then the Puss just rhymes with it. I am Auntie Puss.
So you transform to Auntie Rose
I
now.
am Auntie Rose now because my husband died about a year and a half ago. So I have over to the Rose Doctor, if you know what that means.
I don't know what that means. No.
That's
I
another night.
would like to know what that means. Auntie
The
Rose.
people out there know.
You know what that means?
She's
Doctor don't lie.
She better explain what she means by that.
Okay.
Auntie Rose.
Yes.
I like his spirit. Let me get a drink. It's a drink.
Doctor, introduce yourself.
Yes.
Okay, Doc, introduce yourself.
Good night, everyone. I am Dr. Mathias Afortu-Ofre.
Yeah.
I'm the National AIDS Program Coordinator for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The National
HIV AIDS Program Coordinator.
So to HIV AIDS
Yes, we're into sexual
Program.
health.
Coordinator.
No.
So what's that position about? Though?
It covers HIV intervention for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as STIs, as well for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. So it's where we ensure that, in fact, we have a secretariat, which is National AIDS Secretariat. So in that secretariat, we ensure training as well as application session, as well as intervention, prevention measures are put to place, as well as policies and treatment are put in measure to adhere to the national and international, as well as regional standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a strong sex health background, you know. I'm the civilian here. So the nurse is here and the doctor is here that specializes in basically public health as it relates to sex.
Yeah, but doctor, it looks like you don't like to put things in your mouth. Have a drink now, you see us drinking. In sexual health, you know, put something
These
in your mouth.
are not that have alcohol. These are non-alcoholic
Put
beverages.
it by your mouth. Doctor, put something in your mouth.
Can I have a... Oh, got it.
You're very inappropriate. I find it to be very out of pocket.
Lucine.
I say it all the time.
We tell him, put something in your mouth.
Put something in the mouth.
Okay.
We're talking sexual health. It's all kind of sex. It's vaginal sex, it's oral sex, it's anal sex.
No, we're not in the anal sex.
You said
No, we're not in
sex.
that. We're not in that.
You can't leave out.
No, we're not upon that one day. No, we not work with that one there.
You can't
Fireball.
discriminate. There are persons
We are go
who
Zion,
engage
innit?
in it. You may not like it, but it's
We are
a
go
reality.
Zion, me say we are go Zion.
You see, heterosexual couples do it to man and woman engage in anal sex. You know that. So it's not.
Me don't know
normal.
that.
Well, you're going to know tonight. Let's go.
I wonder what them find out, man. Unfortunately, we had a little issue with one of the cameras, but yeah, we're back in full service. Why? Okay, we in for a night. Okay, we should start. Let me start with the first topic I had. Zing. First topic. So as it relates to safe sex, I want to start in safe sex. Can you have a thing in front of me? I feel like you should. That over this. You don't want data point for me, so. I'm comfortable with data point in my direction.
Are you saying that this is my mic? Do I speak to the mic?
Yeah. So as it relates to safe sex, Zin, in a relationship, should condoms be used?
In a relationship.
Yeah, if you're in a committed relationship.
Committed relationship.
Should condoms be used? That's what Mrs. Rose,
Well,
wait. Where are you speaking to?
Oh, I thought that this was my mic. Because you brought it over here, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that you gave me.
No, in
I
for
thought
a
this was
warm
the
night
mic.
tonight.
I thought this was the mic.
Yeah.
Should condoms be used in a committed relationship? This is a tricky one because committed now, we realize that people phrase the term and people have different meanings for committed relationship. However, let's go because I have had a client that told me that he is faithful to his partner. I said, how many partners you have? He said that he is very faithful because he has 3 women and he's not going outside of that. So he feels that he is committed to just these 3. And then we have the marital situation. If you are married, then we don't tell you what you should do, obviously.
But what would be recommended
But
is what
then,
I'm asking.
right, so I just want to put it out there. We would recommend or we would like to remind persons that marriage is not a condom. It does not prevent you from getting any STIs. And that is the whole purpose of condom use. It is one to prevent unintended pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and to prevent or reduce the chances of STI transmission. So we are saying that if you don't want to get infected, then apart from abstinence, using a condom is a must. For whenever you have sexual relations with anybody without using a condom, you are actually saying, I love you enough to give me whatever you have.
I trust you enough not to cheat on me, not to be outside doing things.
But
that's
HIV,
what committed mean, you know?
Yeah, but
for
HIV,
me, that's what commitment mean.
What? You trust me
I trust
enough.
you enough to not have other sexual partners. Is it that what commitment implies?
If it implies yes, but we have to be aware that we are human and people slip up and people make mistakes. So why must I pay for your mistake? Apart from that, why must I put the entire burden on my partner to protect me? It seems like I would be a bit irresponsible. And doctor, I am gonna let you jump in now, but people have to understand that protection is an inside job because there are some things where you can say, I'm sorry for. And I really can't blame you because you didn't give me. I actually took it unless I was raped. So you have to know what you want and protect you. You have to love you enough and not put your life and your health over in somebody else's hands.
Yes, the question here is, should committed partners use a condom? The answer is yes. And this answer is based on the situation at hand. If someone is going to a committed relationship, you see a young lady that you're interested in and you have a conversation and you say, yes, I want us to be in a serious relationship. You will not just jump into intimacy with the person without knowing their testing history. And secondly, you also want to ensure that some yes to that question, also to the fact that if you are not ready for the consequences that comes with unprotected sex, which beyond STI, pregnancy, people like to plan things these days. They want to ensure that before we, get pregnant, we have, prepared ourselves enough financially. We are buoyant enough to take care of ourselves and also take care of the child if it comes. So for us to prevent that, the surest way, or the one of the surest way, is the use of condom. Because not all females love the use of contraceptives, right? The pills. Not all women want to use even the IUCD, the cord, that as they call it, to prevent pregnancy. So condom is one of the surest way to actually do that.
But doc and nurse, right? From personal experience, condom sex not sweet, to be honest with you.
See there?
It is like, personally,
You see there?
I don't
No,
like
let's
the condom.
let's be honest.
No,
We
to be
can
honest
actually
with them, I
address
like the
one.
condom thing. You
Yeah.
can't manage the condom thing.
Okay, wait.
Sometimes, so
Yeah, no, tell us.
condom break my vibes, doc. I mean,
You
one
see
of me
there?
alone. Me and the condom not great.
The doctor, he gone inside this fire. He ain't even give me no chance for foreplay. I didn't know that this would have come up so quick. But
What's
you
that?
want us?
Wait, what that?
No, man, don't bother
No,
with this.
wait. Before we go any further, what are these things you bring?
Wait, no, you're just talking about how the condom ain't sweet.
Yeah, the
And-
condom not sweet.
But
Me
then
not
we
tell
want to give
I mean,
you
a
an
lot of people-
alternative.
No,
yeah.
no, listen.
Go ahead.
A lot of people wouldn't want to be honest or
Of course.
as open as I am and say it to y'all when they come
Of
to them.
course.
No, people actually express
Go
Check
themselves.
up
ahead.
and so, but the condom not sweet.
We hear it all the time.
You know, sweet.
But doctor, it is not the condom that makes sex sweet, you know. It is the relationship. And when you have a very good relationship, then that makes for sweeter
But
sex.
hold on,
But yeah,
no matter
yeah.
how good your relationship,
Yes,
after a while,
I
right?
was coming to that.
After a while, things get like it's like the same person over and over. You get, you know. So the condom is a next barrier.
It's a mindset. But wait, hold on there. I got something sweet for you. But apart from the wide variety of male condoms, doctor, help me there, because you have on your glasses. We got things like
Trojan,
ultra ribbed. We got those that
Her pleasure,
her pleasure.
had it
skin,
studded.
Magnum.
We have those that warm up.
sweet
So
rider.
we have this skin.
And
The
sweet
smell
rider.
good neither.
Doctor, tell them about this skin
So
now.
basically, if you see, I understand that, it's anything naturally, we have to be very straightforward here. Anything that covers as a layer to that aspect, of course, it reduces sensation. It's a natural thing. All right. But as my colleague rightly indicated, first, it starts with the mind. What's your intention going there? Of course, you want to get pleasure, but pleasure doesn't start from the sexual intercourse. It starts first from the interaction and also the connection you have with that person. All right, and then when you get to the aspect of the sexual intercourse there, then I know that most persons have tried different things. All right, we have the Trojan, we have the slam and everything, but I'll tell you, that is why thank God for technology. That there's advancement technology, and now it's not just Trojan alone, but there's also another one called Skin. Skin is also a very, very good condom. It's almost as if you are not putting on any protection, because it was manufactured in a way that is so thin the material is so thin that it will almost feel as if you don't have anything on.
Yeah.
You understand? And as such, it's
Yeah.
you are getting the pleasure and you are getting the protection that you
Yes.
need to prevent yourself
Double
one
bubble.
from
So if-
exposure to STI and also unwanted pregnancy.
I hear you, but I can't necessarily. To be honest with you, I
It's a man
understand,
thing.
but for me personally, I can't manage a condom thing.
It's a mind thing. Doc,
And also the question you ask yourself is, do I want a short time pleasure for a long time suffering, or a pleasure that is protected and have a long healthy life? Because one decision a person can make, for example, without no man, I don't want to use any condom, for example, and then you go into having intercourse and you're not even certain about the person's health history, for example, and let's say the person is exposed and the person may not even know that they are exposed, and you go get intimate with the person without protection and you expose yourself to that bodily fluid, which is what the vaginal fluid, which contain high the virus content, all right, and then
You
you
mean
expose yourself
HIV?
HIV, for example, all right, and as such you've been exposed to HIV, and then you will not only be unconsciously forced to use condom when you're having sexual intercourse, because if you are exposed to HIV, all right, you will have to do it, because if you don't protect yourself, let's say somebody is exposed to HIV and they are not using condom during sexual intercourse, and they are exposed to, and then they're exposed to somebody that is HIV positive, then they get themselves super infection.
Oh, so it's a reality.
Of
So,
course.
so wait, you just teach me something, So you're saying if somebody is HIV positive and they have intercourse with somebody else that's
HIV
positive,
you get super
because
infection.
you are loading
So your
more
viral load
of the virus
in your
in your
system.
body. And if you happen to get a different strain of the virus, then if you're on treatment that is working well, then the treatment will stop working.
And as such, there's no other treatment to really suppress that virus in your system.
So
and
then you
move
would
from
progress
HIV
to AIDS.
And then,
wow,
you know what the next
you
story.
was going to do a demonstration.
Well,
Because,
not even demonstration, but I just wanted to
wait.
talk about it.
And next thing, you have, that looks like a female condom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen a female condom used.
Well, wait. I was telling you that some people don't like to use condoms like you. Really, I think very few persons like to. But if we know the benefits of the female condom, then you will understand why it is so nice. So from doctor to you, I want you to give me quickly 2 reasons why people say they don't like using condoms, male condoms.
This, for me, the smell and the sensation.
Well, the sensation, this is very, very thin. And when you use it, it feels like skin to skin. It is actually 40 times stronger than the normal male latex condom. You spoke of the scent, and that mainly is latex. But this is made out of polyurethane, so it does not have that scent. Come. No, just smell it. Yeah. Okay, doctor, 2 reasons why people don't use condoms.
They indicate that they don't feel it as what he says, and they also the fact that sometimes it's too tight for them. As such, because of the size, the male condoms is too small or it's too tight.
Right. So with that size, although condoms come in different sizes, never mind. I hear some people say, "Oh, condom squeeze me," but when you check it out, it's just about 3 or 4 inches. But we have this that you could take out the ring, and if this can't fit you, then ladies, I would say that you're having sex with a horse. If I were you, I would run for my life. So this can actually fit any size. Another problem, I hear people... Yes, it could be used as a male And the female.
Come here and say, hold on. That, them size there, them
Yes.
size in the dark.
No, wait.
Hold up. That's something there. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you how. No, because this was made to fit.
Jesus Christ.
This was made to fit the female track. No, doctor, you and I were talking before, right? Watch it, you can't catch yourself. You can't catch yourself. But this is how the woman shape inside. Yes. Catch yourself.
Yeah, try say, right?
Somebody say, doctor, it's shaped like a bag. I say, yes, really? It's a shopping bag because when we go got sex, everything gonna put right in here that may want. Put your syphilis right in here, leave it. Put your HIV right in here, leave it. And then you dash it away. Right? So, whatever. But we were saying, another thing is spontaneity. Some people say, oh, when I done wrap up and making love, I have to stop to take, I have to stop to put on a condom. But the female condom can be inserted up to 8 hours before the sex act. Up to 8 hours.
So, me never saw one being used.
Okay,
so it does hang out like...
Wait. Let me say now. And it got some nice features. This is the inner ring, and this gives the man pleasure. So when you go in and the tip of the penis butts on this, it gives you added pleasure. And this gives the woman the pleasure by the clitoris. So some women don't come or experience orgasm through penetration. So this would help greatly with the contact with the clitoris. So you could do it like an 8, or you just bend it. See, it's a flexible ring. She can squat, she can lie down on her back, or she could go on this edge of the bed and you put it in. Now, 2 things will happen now. The woman is turned on by touch. So you're going to be touching her, so she's going to be getting more wet. And men are turned on by sight. So you would be able to see the pearly gates and the promised land where you're going. All of that time is that would be a part of the foreplay. So you put it in the vagina, in the hole, like this. Now, any man that is worth his salt, know that you don't push in all one time, doctor. You leave peace for emphasis. So you don't push in all one time. Then you take your longest finger, right?
Hold on. Anybody worth his...
Yeah, you can't push it all one time. So push it over here. You're going to need a little piece more to push it, ain't you? Then you put in your longest finger and you push on the ring. You push on the ring. And you don't bother where you're going, you just push it right back. Just push it right
enjoy
back.
this too much, man.
Yes,
enjoy that so much.
Nice. So, and this is what it looks like on the outside. And it is on the outside, and it gives you
covering
more protection. Now you realize that all the skin now stick on the vagina walls.
So you are trying to tell me?
Yes.
I can't work with that.
You see? It's your mind. You ain't even try it yet. Yes.
Because you won't even feel, because if you are not going with a condom on yours, right? And you are, in the act of sex,
where the wetness?
It's actually lubricated itself.
This is very lubricated. Now,
because this has been used so many
times.
I understand.
This is very lubricated, and we still have more lubrication. So you don't have to, and this is very, very thin. And the beauty about this is when it goes inside, it warms up. So it takes the actual heat of the vagina. So when you go in, right, you feel like you're inside the walls, because it's gonna take in all the folds and the corners. And you won't know. I'm gonna give you one for tonight.
The outer ring.
Yes, so I already told him that
you have somebody for me tonight, no?
Well, we could work on that, but you can't ask them things now. You know, we don't talk. We don't talking too. So yeah, so this is a very good product and a viable option.
Could you?
And you could have oral sex with it too.
With that?
Yes, because remember that it is covering the clitoris. So you do it. And because it's thin, she's going to feel it good. Yes, because remember that oral sex can give you STIs as well. Don't bother with this. This is going by the cervix and it would create the suction to keep it in place.
You know, I appreciate the demonstration because I've never seen a female condom used, ever. So I appreciate that demonstration. A lot of people, while it's so popular and so common, there is still a lot of men that don't know to use a condom. Like a regular male condom. So I'd like a demonstration
Doctor,
of that.
this is your field, you know. Sure.
Okay. So Jen,
I noticed that it covers around the area. Does it help to protect against warts and
yeah,
kind of stuff?
and that is why I was saying that it offers an added protection because more area is covered. No, we speak of we spoke of STIs, and some people think that it is just through penetration, but sometimes like HPV can be transmitted
through
unopened.
Open sore?
Just on mere contact. You don't even have to go inside.
But them say a large portion of the population have HPV.
you know, herpes. You're talking about herpes?
No, HPV.
No.
A large population.
Not the large
Human
papilloma virus.
Yes, no.
No,
It's not a large population of persons. We have a higher quantity and number of persons with herpes.
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 Like
Yeah,
the
herpes.
actual herpes.
Herpes, yeah. So we
Like
have herpes
the-
1 and herpes 2.
The herpes 1.
Yes, simplex 1 and simplex 2. So you see the normal little cold sore that come out in people.
So that's herpes?
That's herpes. All right, simplex
We
1.
never get that.
All right.
Good, man. Never
Yeah,
get
and
that.
also even
So
we
that's
have the breakout.
herpes. So
Yes.
you're confirming that that's herpes.
That's
The
that's
type
herpes.
1.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
However,
and that's
this
is
type-
that harmful?
Huh?
Type 1 is harmful?
Even the type 2 is not harmful. You know what I mean? It's not harmful. In other words, it's not detrimental like HIV. It's not detrimental like, but it, of course, it have its own, negative effect. Anything that is not supposed to be for the body have its negative effect.
And it's not curable.
So it's no cure for herpes. For so far, there's no cure for herpes. And also we know that my colleague was indicating that an open sore. So an open sore, for example, there, if somebody is getting contact with, the kissing and everything, that can predispose the person. And also the herpes simplex too, that the breakage and the open sore in the genitals, right? If this, for example, that she really used, right, this help also, let's say the man has an open sore here, right, for example, right, and this alone, or she have an open sore here, this protects the man from being exposed to that sore, all right? And also, if he has an open sore, this also provides an added covering to her being exposed to the herpes. So, is that opening the sore that can the fluid from there that can actually expose the person? And get the person infected.
The demonstration.
So yes, and also this X-Force we have different condoms like flavored condoms, strawberry, banana, chocolate, and
But that's for oral
yes,
sex.
this for oral sex.
You're recommending condom with
All
oral
right.
sex too.
This is for male oral sex.
Yeah.
Because remember we say if somebody is exposed to other STIs like gonorrhea and there is a pus coming out or the person is exposed to other
Sometimes
infection
you don't even have
and you
any
don't even
symptoms.
know because especially there's some STI that you don't even have symptoms. You are infected unless you get tested before you know that you are exposed to that. All right, and people live normally and think that okay, I good. So the way to protect the person properly, or a woman should protect herself from being exposed to that through that fluid. We use this the flavored condom during the oral sex. All right. So I'll use that.
So you're
example.
recommending condom to in oral sex.
Oral sex.
Oh yes, and for the
Because-
woman, either the female condom or the dental dam.
The dentin is a thin layer as well as a rectangle square, layer,
Of
just like that.
latex.
It's made of polythene, right? Yes, and some are latex and latex free as well. So you put it over the vagina before oral sex is being carried out. All right, and before oral sex to do that. So this is a condom. Each condom has a right and a wrong side. In other words, a smooth side and a rough side and a smooth side. And one of the things that we come to realize that most men before the act of sex, they want to be all very romantic and sexual, expressing themselves. They feel like, they could just use their teeth to tear up the condom. As such, that can damage the integrity and also the condom itself.
Doctor, before you go.
But before that, you want to see,
Because,
yes, you want to first of all know how to store the condom. A condom is supposed to be stored in a cold, dry place and not in your car for a long time or in your wallet, and all that friction in your wallet that can destroy the integrity.
It depends on the storage of the condom.
Yes, and secondly, you also want to check on the expiry date. Because using a condom that was expired 2 years ago, it's possible might break. All right, and also, secondly, you want to check a good condom supposed to have a little air. All right, it's supposed to have an air inside. All right, and that's why we tell young female that it's good to work with your own condom, either the female condom or the male condom, and ask them, is that your condom or mine? All right, it has to be used, and it's also advisable that the female examine the condom. Because most guys actually puncture a small hole through that, and as such there won't be air in it. So you want to examine to see that there's air in it before you go ahead to open it. That is why you don't just rush into sex. I understand that we are more driven to spontaneity. All right, but it's always good to ensure that
you can't make the thing robotic, man.
That's why we say put in this 8 hours before you
set. And the woman should have her own condom. Even if you don't have a female condom, have your own condom to work with because you have examined it before the act.
So you're not going to come and you're going to see the expiry date. No.
Because you have already checked it yourself. Yeah. All right. That's why your health is your responsibility. All right. So after you check all of this and see that it's good, then you look at the rough side, and that's what you open.
Yes.
All right. And then you push it. And when you take it out like this, there's always the right side and the wrong side.
Yes.
So how do you find out the right side? You look at it and then you blow air. When you see that, all right, you know that it could easily roll out. So you put it on the penis, and then you want to hold the tip. One of the reasons why you will hold the tip and pull down is that you want to ensure that you keep a space to hold the semen. All right, so you roll it down. Okay, you see this, right? So this here holds the semen. All right, so when after the ejaculation, this holds the semen. But if it's too tight, if it's too tight like this, for example, all right, during the friction and also the semen in it could burst. And when it bursts, you say, "Man, what happened?" I give example of when we're in a setting and then we're educating the public, as in the group of persons there. A 67-year-old man said, no wonder I keep breeding the girls, man, because he didn't know how to properly use a condom. Consistent, correct condom use is what we preach. Adequately use the thing. It's like having a car and you don't know how to drive. It's worthless. All right, if you go on the street, you can easily hit up people and get into a serious accident and break the law. So we encourage that you properly know how to use it. So keeping that space helps to hold the semen in it. And when you're done, you grab it like this and then you pull. You just roll up. Okay? I say you roll up, and then when you roll up, you have it. And then you want to examine it. Sometimes we just have it, and then what do? Do you put it in the toilet and flush?
No, you're mad. I want to talk about that too.
Okay.
But continue.
So you don't put it in the toilet and flush. First of all, you want to examine it. First of all, the outer layer.
Never supposed to go in a toilet.
No. So you want to examine it. What's the color of the semen? Is it green? Is it red? Is it kind of very yellow? So you have to ask, because all of that indicates if it's infected or not. If there's infection or not. You understand? You have to be conscious about your body and examine those things in details. So when you see that there is no color in it, it's just, clear, almost like a milky color and a bit transparent.
Kind of translucent.
Right? Yes, translucent. Yes. So you then tie it up and put it in
you
the
just,
garbage.
you just
All
wrap
right, you wrap
Yeah,
it
you
on
put
a
it in the
paper,
toilet
you
paper.
put it in the garbage, or you put it on the
napkin.
paper, right?
Yeah.
And that it can be disposed. Remember when somewhere and somebody was saying that, how about if somebody else, the girl, wants to spite you and then go to the bathroom and use it, and try to use the sperm in it, right? And that's why I'm saying that if you don't feel comfortable, you wrap it and go with it to yourself and take it to where you feel more safe to dispose it. All right. But this is how you properly use a condom. And just like roll-on, I would say, roll-on, you keep trying different roll-on until you get what suits your body, because we all have our body
Different order, yeah.
exactly,
And
our body
chemistry.
chemistry and also composition. All right. So you figure it out and said, okay, if this is too small for me, it tights me, I can't, I feel this pain, I'm uncomfortable. Then you take it out and you try a different size.
Because sometimes
Just
some of
like
them I roll up like it keep coming back up.
Because that's not your size.
It's not
small.
small. It's too small. And that alone can stop the flow of blood to the proper flow of blood to the penis. And that can also lead to the penis not, erecting for a longer time.
Yeah.
All right, and can cause pain. So you keep trying different sizes until you get the right size
Like
that fits you. And sometimes, and sometimes you could get, if it's too big, it easily comes off.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
And it's important that you try this, because the most important thing, as my colleague was indicating, truly you have to take your health seriously and as your responsibility, because nobody give anybody STI. You take it. All right, you take it because you have to ensure that you protect yourself.
Okay, transitioning in topics, right? I don't think I had this topic in it, but something I want to speak about. Recently, I had an issue at home, right? Where I woke up to my house flooded with basically sewage water, like a morning, right? So I live in an apartment with about 3 apartments in the building, and I woke up to the house. It's a partially new apartment too. It's like less than a year people lives there. So, water in the house, call the landlord, plumber come to find out now, the pipe was flooded because there was a blockage due to the fact that it had female panty liners and quote unquote pad and all of that, like block up the system. When they open the sewage tank, like a million panty liners and pad.
People know better now. Yeah.
I'm traumatized from the experience that like the entire, from the bathroom coming to the kitchen full of the
Well, that traumatized you?
No, what I want you all to tell me, right? Tell the public how to properly dispose of the female stuff. Because I'm tired talking.
Okay.
Like, I don't think these things supposed to go in the toilet.
Understand. No. There are very traumatic situations. We had one too where it was a church, and what caused the blockage was the condoms.
Oh, condoms.
Yeah, in the church. So we're saying, going back to what you asked. As a young lady, when you take off that the pad from the back, what I call that strip on the sticky part of the pad, obviously that goes in the trash. That goes in the trash bin, in the waste paper basket.
So what makes women put them things there in the toilet?
I really don't know, because only toilet paper belong in the toilet, not even the napkins. Yeah, those rough
dry
napkins that people use to dry hands. Those are for the waste bin. When you take your pad off, you wrap it in the same wrapping that the pad was in. Sometimes that is very small. So what I do, I save paper bags, I save newspapers,
before time
and wrap it up in it.
before the plastic ban, females used to use the plastic bags because there was a surplus of those. So now
Right.
that, what I think happened is a lot of them afraid of like men seeing it. Like, you know, more while if you take out the garbage, you might and
So wrap it up properly.
in a toilet paper.
Wrap it up
It might
properly.
unravel and then maybe they feel embarrassed by it. But it's a natural thing.
No.
I don't know why. I don't know
You get
why.
paper bags. You wrap it up good.
The thing of the mind, if you look at it generally, we need to change. There are some things in the culture we need to change. You know, first of all, we need to change our perception about these natural things like, you know, addressing periods. You know, we need to talk about, you know, menstruation, how to address that and help the young people to know how to handle that aspect and also how to dispose the use of the parts and stuff. We also need to normalize the easy conversation about sex and its importance and also the effects of it, right? And all of these topics, we need to stop making it a taboo, as well as condoms. People find it difficult to even go to the supermarket to buy condoms to protect themselves.
Yeah.
All right, it's like you're going to go buy a toothpaste to brush your teeth to keep fresh, right? It's the same thing. All right, so generally we need to come to a place where we feel very comfortable. If you don't know a thing, ask somebody. And of course, we're in the jet age where the phone shows you everything. You can actually Google, how do I dispose this? You can go to YouTube, how do I dispose this? And you have all that information there. Our phones are not only meant for chatting and calling and Facebook and everything. You can find vital information in it.
Another question as it relates to menstrual cycle. Is sex recommended during a female's menstrual cycle?
In my opinion, no. Because I believe everybody have the practice. And I respect people's practice. And I am not in a position of enforcing or pushing my own belief system to anyone. But medically, it is a time where the blood, when you know, cleansing. That is my belief. My colleague have our own belief, which is fine. All right. I don't think it's ideal because at that time, you are even predisposed more to infectious diseases. If that woman have infectious disease, it's higher in the blood. All right. You are exposed to that blood. And as such, you can easily get contaminated or get infected, not contaminated. Get infected if that person is exposed to any STIs.
Okay, so
But
Mrs. Rose.
Mrs.
Rose.
During the menstrual period, some women are actually hornier.
Of course.
Some women feel more sexy when they are having their period. There is nothing wrong for me with having sex during your period, especially if you are protected. So you can use the condom, and doctor that takes care of the transmission of infection, just as if you were not having your period. And another good thing of having sex during your period, sex actually helps with your menstrual cramps. Yes. No, hello. I am hello. You asked me.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
You
know something about me? No, you know something about me?
I don't recommend
it. Oh, yes, doctor. Doctor, you don't like a lot of things, but we're going to talk after. But there is nothing wrong. I know that way back in Bible times that the woman was shunned. And I think because then there had some unhygienic practices too.
Yes.
They thought that you shouldn't bathe and so.
But at that point in time, well, back in the days, certain things was more taboo. Like there was a full understanding of human hygiene works.
Man, you go in the bathroom, you put down your towels and you enjoy yourself. In Jesus' name. Do I hear an amen? Amen.
So I see, I know. You're not going to say with them practices there.
Hey,
You're
I'm
not
talking
going to
about
with those practices.
I'm talking about the married couple. And remember, we listen. We don't judge. Because you don't want to go there. Because sex outside, a marriage, you can't go outside with them practicing too. So don't pick out the Bible what you want.
Yes,
So we are saying, yes. So we are
transitioning.
saying that you
Transitioning.
can, once you protect yourself adequately.
Okay, another thing that a lot of people are afraid to speak on is smell. Zin. Now, in a lot of the parties, the popular thing is that these young girls have a scent. Like when, the provocative kind of dancing is popular within our culture now. So the girls bending over and you go behind them and the smell is not that pleasing. What causes a vagina to smell like that? To the point where you're not even having sexual intercourse, a female just bend over and there's that scent. Like, what causes that?
Doctor, I am
Or what's
gonna
that?
let you talk about the scent for yours. But we have to understand that every vagina has its unique smell.
But-
a vagina should not be smelling like no rose garden, no perfume.
You're supposed to smell like fish market either.
Very good. And so we'll come to that because a lot of things cause a vagina to smell. When she has sex, then the semen can show off her pH balance that might give her a scent to unhygienic practices. Sometimes we all don't wash properly and all the sweat glands and everything down there and the tight clothes and that can cause yeast. But I think with yeast then you have
But yeast not have no
more
smell.
of the itch than odor, right?
Yeast
But-
is the smell. Me talk
Right,
about
but
the scent.
I'm
like,
talking
fish
about
market,
those
the
when
dead animal.
Trichomoniasis.
and that's why I said that there is a normal scent and the normal
Not talk about
tangy,
that. Me not talk about
musky because most men like that too.
Me not
I
talk
take
about
off
that.
the
No,
wear,
no. We don't
we
depend
take
that.
off the underwear and I myself just smell it. It gives this nice feeling. But doctor, you talking about the fishy scent and something
Yeah.
like a dead rat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Like a
let
dead
me-
animal.
Not the clean
Every-
cat, the dead rat. Go ahead.
Every vagina has a natural odor.
Yes.
But anything that is beyond the natural, that is very pungent, right, it is not normal. And those things can be signs and symptoms of infectious diseases and also very poor hygiene. And I want to start first from the hygiene aspect. And that's why I encourage people to actually trim or, shave properly, their private part. Because when you allow the hair in your pubic to be so grown, and because of the hot weather where we find ourselves, can generate the sweating. And the sweating it creates room with the hair, it creates room for fungal infection. All right, fungal growth. And that can lead to fungal infection. And then that alone can produce that musky odor, right? Then if you go into the fishy aspect, now we're talking about bacterial vaginosis, where they have this cut cheese
Bacterial
appearance
vaginosis,
and the
yes.
smell
BV.
that come, the fishy smell.
And
That
candidiasis.
definitely is as a result
Yep.
of what infectious
and-
disease.
How long that take to clear up? Or is it okay when a female starts to smell themselves? Is it that they're supposed to visit the doctor, or is something that they can take care of by themselves?
Good question. First of all, every woman should know her body. Even as a guy, you should know your body. All right? Every woman should know how her body smells. Right? If you start smelling, even if it's not a fishy smell, but an abnormal odor from you, will encourage you to go see your physician. And also, one of the bad practices people do, vagina is a self-cleaning organ. All right. It's recommended that you wash the outer layer of the vagina and not the inside. And some people use soap
Just soap
and all of
and
those
All
water.
stuff.
them kind of sweet things where they
Can't
just
do-
use
That-
throw off
that's
the
not
That
taste.
is
good.
why I
Stop your
started
balance.
with the normal scent because some people might want to douche when they start smelling the little natural things. So,
Yeah.
so that's why we started there and now we can speak to the abnormal things, because they should not be
Douching,
pushing up anything
no,
and do,
nothing.
because
Douching
the
is not
vagina
advisable.
is self-cleansing.
What is douching?
Douching is those bottles that
Shoot
it has
water.
a point,
Yeah.
and so you push it up in your vagina, squeeze, and then it come down to clean up there.
No,
which
there's even
isn't
actually a more
necessary.
advanced one where,
Yeah.
you know, most, you know, 5-star hotels have,
Mm-hmm.
you know, have the bath, the toilet, and also the douching section.
The-
So you just sit down and it shoot up water
Yeah.
into the vagina.
Not
to
good.
clean it. That's not good. It actually wash the vagina and mess up the pH balance.
And it
Basically, and
could
the
give
normal
you an-
flora of the vagina.
and ascending
And that is
infection.
not really good, right? And as such, we encourage just wash the outer layer properly, and you wipe properly as well. You know, and no putting of sweetener and all of this
Right.
stuff to make it smell like, you know,
No.
strawberry or banana. and all
Enjoy
this
the
stuff. No,
nice
it's a
rotting.
natural.
It's saltfish.
But-
It gonna got a natural.
No, selfish
zest.
don't smell good enough. Yeah, man,
No,
selfish
selfish
business, you don't know.
No.
You know,
That's why
selfish
I am
business,
just
but I
saying
understand
that
where
it
it
is
comes
saltfish.
No, selfish.
It might smell a little salty, but that is a natural thing, not this strong fishy scent.
No.
However,
not
when you have that strong, fishy, obnoxious
You go
odor,
see
that
your
is the time
gynecologist.
Doctor.
that you go
Yes.
to
a GP
general
or
chicken
you see
to-
your gynecologist.
and get. If you are told that it's an STI, like say it is what?
Let's say it's
Bacteria
bacteria vaginosis
Gonorrhea
or gonorrhea
also.
or
So
You
gonorrhea
are-
doesn't smell it?
Of course.
but,
you-
sorry?
Gonorrhea
Yes,
carry
yes.
those scent?
Gonorrhea, yes, but gonorrhea with the negative effect of gonorrhea for female is that it could be extremely asymptomatic. In other words,
No,
no symptom
yes.
for women.
Symptom, yeah.
But for men, you could see the pus coming out, difficulty
Can't
urine,
pee, yeah.
urine and everything, right? But and for the women, it can start affecting them deeply inside without any evidence or signs of it happening. But then later on, when it affects them for a long time, they start having serious pains. All right.
But then when the doctor puts you on treatment, because this is important, if you're on treatment, your partner has to go on treatment
Also,
too, because
yeah.
what could happen is that
Recurrence.
you could keep
Yeah,
your
because
partner
what
keep reinfecting you.
What I get to understand, right? Like if you have sex with somebody and the vagina smell bad, and like afterwards you could smell it on your penis.
Of course,
Yeah, and that scent,
And
even
it's
when you
still
bathe,
to
it's
wash
it's
off.
like the scent
Yeah.
still.
And sometimes it's in your mind
And
too.
that's why honestly, when a woman starts smelling different from the normal smell she normally has for herself, her body, you go see a physician and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's recommended for both persons.
Yes,
Of
and
course.
also
Right.
know that in the Ministry of Health has made it so available and free that you can get an STI panel done in all the health centers. You go to them and ask them you would like to do an STI panel, and they will screen you completely for that. All right, and as such, you can know your status in all, not just HIV, in all of the STIs that we are screening here on the island.
Speaking of screening, Zane, a lot of us men, I might be guilty of this too. We wouldn't necessarily want to do the test. We don't want to do the test, but we send our partner
Which
to
one?
do the test.
Oh,
Which one you
you
mean?
mean the HIV test?
All the
HIV?
testing.
Okay.
HIV,
why?
everything.
Why
you never
y'all
hear
don't
the
wanna
story?
go?
No, we have, but we
Yeah,
want to know
yeah.
why. Why would you want to do something like that?
Afraid, if you're afraid, because sometimes you open and pray upon a situation, and then you don't know what to expect. Sometimes you might have had a feeling, like a strange feeling, and it gone.
Yeah.
So then down the line, that always in the back of your mind, like I wonder if I have something.
Faith is not the absence of fear, It's the presence of fear, but still the willingness to push forward to do what you have to do. So even if, see, ignorant of a thing is not a reason not to do a thing, and it's not a shield. So it's best that you know where you stand, so that if you are exposed to something early, you can get it treated and have it under control. As you already indicated, HIV, for example, can be in somebody's body for up to 10 years without them even knowing.
It's
10
called
good
signs and
years.
symptoms, because once you test, then
You
would
understand?
know.
So somebody can look healthy and nice looking and everything, but they are exposed to STI or HIV, for example, and they completely don't know. And somebody might even look very sicky, as we say, or they lost a lot of weight because they're on diet or something, and they feel like, oh, this person looks so small, eh? So maybe they have HIV. It may come to that is all false. So the only way you can know if you are exposed to STI or HIV
is for you to get tested.
Wait,
no.
Somebody, let's not address it there. Somebody, remember somebody,
because I have
a client came,
critical.
you know, to screen. He came with his girlfriend, and he asked the girlfriend say, okay, so let's go screen. Because it seems like the women are more health conscious than the men. And we need to start looking and making that drastic change that we need to make. Because you, as the head of the home, you need to lead by example, not only when it comes to, trying to stand on your ground in respect to others or some things or making a decision or something. You have to lead also even the health aspect by ensuring that you get yourself checked. All right. So the lady said, the lady went to get tested and she got tested. All right. Unfortunately, she wasn't good. Right. But of course, yes. But when we ask the guy, come and get tested, no, if my woman get tested, I good. If she good, I good. But based on the policy that we have and we are adhering to, confidentiality is to ensure that everybody have the right to their own private information.
So
we can't.
So wait, you're telling me a situation where a couple came and the lady got tested, but the man didn't. The lady tested positive.
Yes.
But so the man wasn't notified that she tested positive?
The lady know that she is positive, but we cannot tell the male that she's positive.
What do you mean?
No, that's a breach of confidentiality. So it's
and she have sex with that's her sexual
that's why
that
the counseling comes in.
That
we counsel the
communication
and encourage the person to advise the person to get tested.
So people do them thing for real, like she know that she have the disease, right? And she's not telling her partner.
Well, we not why do you think we all say communicate before you copulate? And so that is why we brought up the safe street things.
Initiative.
Make sure that you got your rider's license. So before I have sex with you, I supposed to be able to say what is your... Huh? No, it has on the Ministry of Health stamp. But wait, before we go deeper into that, because you asked a good question. You said that sometimes the men send their partners hoping that if she's okay, I am not. And we have what we call the discordant couple, where sometimes one is infected and the other is not. So not because your partner is good, it means that you are good.
Okay, so here our next thing, our next strategy. I'm giving you the strategies, you know. See if we're on track. Here our next strategy, Zane. To donate blood on a frequent basis. So every 3 months.
Oh yeah. No.
So that's not
every 3 months.
Wait.
He could do it.
Wait now. The strategy, instead of outright getting tested, you go and you donate blood.
No.
So it's also a plus. If you look at it, right, it's also a plus. One, you're giving back.
And you're
giving back to the country and you're getting screened. However, one of the things I do regular blood donation, right? As often at least 3 times at least a year, I donate, right? Why? Because it allows your stem cell to produce fresh new blood cells, right? So to me, I like that, a new newness or a new production of blood cells, right? So with that now, everything is screened.
Yes.
All right.
And they wouldn't take your blood. They wouldn't take your blood if you're positive or anything, innit?
No, you will be informed. You will be informed.
Right.
They would test the blood. They would take the blood.
That's the farmer side, That's the farmer side, Like it's on the side. Hear me.
Go ahead.
Listen me out, man. Listen me out, man. I have a popular blood type. I could give almost anybody blood. So I get tested on a regular basis. So we give blood and we get tested at the same time.
Very good.
So it take away the nervousness.
Oh no, but also look at it. If he says, remember the window period as well. That alone is not enough reason, because you can give blood today.
But
and
They
then you
will
go
test
expose
it.
yourself. No, let's say he
Yeah.
gave the blood, right? And then he go be reckless.
Well, that is
Alright?
it.
And then before 3 months' time, all right, you might be exposed within that
What
period.
happened is I had a scare at time. I swear upon my life, I had
Doctor,
nothing
wait.
bad again.
Doctor.
No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
I had a scare at a point in
Yes.
time. I swear upon my life, I don't do nothing reckless again.
Okay.
So I donated
Okay.
some blood. And from that I've been,
You have been using a condom every time? Every single time you
Yes,
have
not
sex?
now and again.
No, you're mad.
You see there?
So you're
which
not
means
being
that you are not
serious.
covered. which means that your rider's license
No, but
expires.
if I'm having sex with one person,
No.
Oh.
So how you know how much person
That
you
person having sex with.
having,
I
and that's
hope
why I
I'm praying.
say
Remember,
it's
right,
an
okay,
inside
let me
job.
ask you a question, right?
Yes.
You believe in God?
No, put God in and
You have to put God
no,
in
put
everything
God
you do.
in your vagina.
You have
I believe
to
in God.
listen. You have to put God in anything.
But
you
God
do.
said not do it,
Believe-
come
no,
out in
I ask you a
there.
question. I ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
And that's why God gave you a head. This head must rule the lower head.
Faith and strong mind.
No.
Faith can
No
move
matter what that,
mountains.
God say use your head. He said be wise as a serpent,
And
yet
wisdom is
harmless.
profitable to direct.
Okay?
So you apply
But,
wisdom.
but even though, doctor, and a lot of people,
Let's go give a visit.
a lot of people doing it,
visit.
using this testing like some vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
Once I test, I
I
just
go.
test every 3 months, and they keep coming back, not using a condom, which means that you are just testing to see when you become positive.
True.
So
the thing is
Yeah,
really in
yeah,
the protection.
so
Yes, you can't
that
run from it.
you're a married man, right?
Yes.
So you use protection?
No, I'm not using protection.
So that what's the difference between you and me?
That's a calculated risk.
Yes.
Cause he
So why
knows.
my risk not
But
calculated?
take it now. But all what we are saying is that is not safe sex. Cause marriage is not a condom.
True. And also know that
That
it
is
has to
not
be really
safe sex.
indicated.
Yeah.
It has to be, we are trying to inform, educate the public to make a well-informed decision. Every sexual act is a risk.
Right.
Whether with a married partner or with not a married partner, it's a risk. But we're
Life
saying
is
that
all
while
about
you're
taking
making
risk.
that decision, while you're exposing to yourself to that
must be a
risk,
good
you're making a well-informed decision.
Right.
You understand? Because of course we have to populate.
Married people
You
get
cannot
infected.
populate
Yeah.
with the use of
Because
condom.
remember,
Right.
in recent times, Dr. Joe said the birth rate is a bit down.
Bye,
So we're
watch me.
contributing.
Okay.
The
Done with the
contribution is-
nonsense.
No, the contribution
Dr.
is
Joe has
needed.
already repented, I am sure. Okay, because when you said those
Dr.
things,
Joe need to lead by example. Dr. Joe, I'm calling on you as a Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. You need to lead by example, man.
and I am Lucine,
Yeah, you
Pemberton,
need to add
Vaughan,
one
and
to
I
the
endorse
population.
that.
Add the next one to the population. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
because right now, me and Dr. on the
So
same
no.
score. Yeah,
No man, so much things must be put in place before you go and think about having.
Populating.
I mean,
Yes.
So you try no, but realistically speaking, Zane, a lot of us were raised in homes where mommy magically kept it together.
Yeah, by that, those were the days when you peep over the fence and you say, you got any potato there? Yeah.
Things have
And so
changed.
it took
Okay.
a community.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
Right.
I'm not encouraging reckless behavior either.
No.
So moving on.
Mhm.
Serious topic, keeping in the same
Yes.
STD vibe now, right? I remember last year, every year the HIV numbers have been published. Are we seeing a reduction in the rates? The rates are continuing to increase in terms of HIV.
The rates are increasing.
So
And
what's the
even with
current
the rates,
number?
right now we are 237 persons. 37 persons, you see the inverted comma. Why I'm putting the inverted comma there is the fact that we are based on national spectrum and standard. We are, based on our population, we're supposed to be screening at least 10,000 people a year, but we are screening less than 5,000 persons. As such, that's why I'm giving the inverted comma, because a lot of people are not screening. So that's why we're using this medium to encourage people, come out, get tested. With that, not only to the fact that you are showing that you are health conscious and it shows that you're responsible. Okay, and that number there, you could literally multiply the number times 5 or times 10, because a lot of persons are not tested. Somebody, for example, when somebody is, for example, that is exposed to HIV, it's like people having sex with everybody, everywhere. And as such, even though you're doing contact tracing, you can't really cover up the whole total number of persons that person has been exposed to. So the only surest way that you can know that you are good is to get tested. And also remember, the test is not a condom, because the test might show, let's somebody's exposed to had intercourse a month ago and come to the office and say, Dr. Ofre, I would like to get tested. And I'll come to nurse Pemberton Vaughan and say, no, I would like to get tested. And she gets you tested. It shows negative. And you are all excited. And I'll say, I'm good to go again. And then you go choose to be reckless. Nevertheless, if you are exposed to HIV before that time, the test will not show, because it's still in the window period. Yeah. Because it takes about 2 to 3 months for the body to produce an antibody.
How regular is it recommended for people to get tested?
We are saying
based on your condom use.
And also your practice.
Ideally,
yes.
Ideally,
being used in
ideally.
Come on now, no.
Wow.
We don't use a condom.
Hey, there are still some people, you see, and that is what I can't understand. So then, why is the public getting alarmed when they hear, oh, we have 200 cases? Because the first question is, are you using a condom? No. Well, it's going to continue to rise. So we are saying, if you are using a condom consistently and correctly, at least once per year with your general physical
test. And if you're
test,
not using it?
If you're not
at
using
least
it.
twice per year. But we are saying every 3 months is the best. But we do not want persons to be just going out there having sex and just coming every 3 months. Because that means that you are not listening anything in the counseling process.
So true. It's really advisable.
Guilty, yeah.
No, but honestly, it's the best thing. The fact that the thing about it is sometimes
I feel very guilty tonight.
we
no, I'm not like it. No, because it's not that I'm out here having sex with a lot of people. But what you're saying is you don't know what your partner is doing.
Yes.
So the condom is mandatory.
Yes, for your own personal thing. Listen to me. We had this woman got one man. And she come and she said, nurse, I mess up. I done wait 3 months and I come for a test. Right, when me look, me see the 2 lines there show up. The woman positive. Lord, it was one of my first cases. I felt like it was me because she used the condom all the time. But because it was her birthday, she went bareback.
With the same person or did she?
The same person. Okay. This is the man she had for 10 years. So when we are saying, well, it's the same person, remember that we are human and things happen. Some people slip up, but why must I pay for my partner mistake? So really, is you to be blamed?
True,
because you had a choice, but you chose not to.
And that's one of the reasons why condoms are being used. Sometimes it's a result of, and that's why I say it's based on situation. Even if you are married or you are just with a partner, if you feel that there is a situation where a trust issue or an issue, you ensure that you use this to protect yourself.
Doctor, and let me fix that sentence there too. Because sometimes you ain't even feel like you got no trust issue. Sometimes your marriage and relationship going good, but somebody just kind of wants something new or they want to feel or something else. But protection is an inside job.
True, it is.
So whenever you choose to go out, you're putting yourself at risk, and that's on you.
True.
Okay, we're moving on. Before we move on, another question. Is HIV popular amongst the young population of St. Kitts and Nevis? Like in terms of teenagers, people in the 20s? Or you see it more in older folks?
Doctor, gonna talk about the older folk. We have had persons
as young as
13 years.
13?
Yeah, but what
happened?
happened?
Life ahead of them?
Yeah, them not start to sex good yet. and they are not that responsible to make those kinds of decisions. But look what
Frontal lobe
happened.
not even developed properly yet.
We said that the age of consent is 16, but they cannot access health care without parental
Presence.
Approval.
parental permission
Until 18?
until 18. So a lot of teenagers might be out there running around with it, but they're not being tested. Mommy them ain't know that them school children there to bring them in.
So question, if a 13-year-old is tested positive, is it there a level of tracing that is being happening to say who she had sexual intercourse with?
Some of them not talk.
So there's multiple, you saying that?
Of course, and the thing is that most
Like
times,
what are the numbers? When you talk about the teenager,
Doctor,
do we have, okay, you said there's
37.
237. So out of that 237, are we saying that there's 50 out of the 200 that's teenagers?
You could say that. Why
I'm asking.
Why I'm saying that is, we have a demography of 13, including the 13 to an increased number of 13 to about 35. All right, that percentage of people are
The majority?
higher, more exposed. However, we also see it in demography of the older folks as up to 67-year-old. All right, so it's still a vast number. However, we see in the younger population that are more active, and that's why we're encouraging that even you as a parent, these teenagers to start acting sexually active even in high school. In primary school. So that's why we encourage them to start having sexual education talk with them on how to understand their body, knowing that they are going through a phase of puberty, their body is reacting this, how to navigate through this puberty stage and how to defend or protect themselves from sexual exploitation as well.
Because I think that we have here in the Caribbean, it's not just St. Kitts Nevis, but generally parents don't, like, a parent would be like, not my child not having sex. It's always that
We have
story.
that all the time.
We go to PT, we go to parent
We
teacher
have that
association.
all the time.
The system, we have put a system where we are in schools,
I don't know.
good partnership with Ministry of Education, Gender Affairs. We are in schools educating the young ones from different, age appropriate information, of course, of different, school. In fact, as of last week, we were at CFBC. She had been to Washi, Keyon, so many schools we've been, and however we keep going as the schools keep reaching out to us to have a conversation with different grades and different classes. However, we also involved in the Parent Teacher Association, and we, in fact, we were once in one of these schools, and a parent was sitting down with her daughter. I think she was about 11-year-old, and she said, "Oh, not me, child, not me, baby. This is my baby." I said, "You don't know that your baby might be somebody else's baby, and you may not even know until when she's exposed to something, which I pray not." However, why am I saying this is that most parents are naive, most parents are in denial, most parents are not understanding that times have changed. See, as I indicated with the phones now, they are more exposed easily to pornographic materials and things that can alter their mindset and drive their mindset, their attention to things that ought to be for mature people. Okay. And remember this, I will always say this, because somebody is 40-year-old does not mean that they are mature. And sex is for matured, responsible adults. Matured, responsible adult. You could handle the situation when it comes, and you're mature enough to make a well-informed decision for yourself. All right, and that defeats adulthood. All right.
Okay. So, our next thing, right? We're saying the teenagers are having sex.
Yeah.
Unequivocally. So is it that the parents supposed to provide the contraception, like the condoms, put the daughters on the pill? Like,
let me tell you something.
Is that recommended?
Let me tell you something. It's just the practicality of the matter. The recommendation is that parents start to have that sex talk with their children from the womb to the tomb. So as the child grows, you have that connection and conversation. And as they mature, then you up it. If, however, when they reach a certain age, because by that time, the child don't know about the pill, the condom, the injection, we want to push abstinence, and we tell them abstinence is definitely smart, or else you're going to end up with AIDS. So before you get AIDS, then you practice the AIDS, which is AIDS. Abstinence is definitely smart, but we know that some children are not adhering to the abstinence thing. So you ask a proper question. If the parents should be providing, they should be educating their children.
No, but education is one thing, but if we're saying children are having
if you
sex,
see them, what you mean?
See them.
You mean
okay?
If you know that they are having?
What age should, as a father, right? I have a son, and I understand that it's more acceptable for us to have conversations with our male children about sex.
Yeah.
Because it's almost recommended, or more, it's seen as acceptable for males to have sex at a certain age, right? Now, you're not telling me a 13-year-old is having sex with a 35-year-old. More than likely, no. More than likely, yes. What I'm saying, right?
I demand them out of school. Yeah,
I say nah, but more than likely, a 13-year-old is having sex with other maybe 14, 15-year-olds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're saying from the age of 12, 13, the children are having sex, shouldn't it be recommended that you provide them with the proper tools? So you can't stop them from doing it. So you provide them with the necessary tools of the trade and the education to go along with it.
I am saying that for some parents, in their mind, they think that they would be condoning it. So you have the discussion as to the protection, what is safe sex. Do not be afraid to show them how to use condoms, and you could buy condoms and have them in your bathroom for you as the parent. But in case your child is thinking about having sex, at least they have access to condoms. But some parents might not want to readily give you because they might feel as if they're encouraging you. So I'm telling you a smart way. Put condoms around the house along with the open dialogue, and you're pushing in the head all the time that you cannot have sex without protection. Mm-hmm. Tell them that school children now are being infected and want to have certain things. It's for life.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely, I understand, and I recommend all that is said, because again, if we're saying these age groups are showing up positive for the STDs, then we can safely say
safeguard them, man.
Safeguard them,
yes.
You know.
It's about applying wisdom when it comes to dealing with the young generation, you know. And I always say this: what works 20 years ago may not work today, and what is working today may not work tomorrow. So we will have to change with the times and how we can actually truly help. Before now, it was the fear factor. You get a boyfriend, you get pregnant, and throw you out of the house, and done with that. They will never get that. This generation don't understand that concept. In fact, they're not scared of even going out of the house because their man or some woman is willing to take them in. As such, you lose your child and you lose that connection to bring up a responsible adult. All right. So apply wisdom, just like what my colleague just indicated. Apply the wisdom, put it together, and things will work out.
Earlier you said porn. Kids are exposed to porn. I mean, I can't even tell you. I don't feel comfortable telling you at what age I started watching porn.
Statistically, it's 7 years old. They're exposed from 7 years old. Most of them are exposed to.
All right. So we're exposed to porn from a young age, right? What would you consider porn addiction? Like, what is a healthy consumption of porn? Not just for adults, but in children. Because
A healthy
Really?
consumption?
Yeah. Like what is a healthy consumption of porn and what is no addiction, and that's a problem.
Well, first I would say that there is no healthy consumption. Because once you start, then it will automatically, 98% of the time, it will turn into an addiction
constant thing.
because when you watch it, you feel like you want to have sex. And so when you watch it, then you start to masturbate and do things, and then it graduates into you really having sex. So we are saying, leave it alone.
Doc, I want to hear your opinion before I give mine.
Leave it alone. And for not the children, and for the older persons, man, dire consequences. You want your partner to do all what you see and the porn, and
But is
sometimes
it that healthy though?
things
No,
up.
but is it that healthy?
No, because
No, it's
a lot of
unrealistic
the
most
things,
times.
yeah, a lot of the time, it's just screen and I mean,
Cut short videos and make it extended
and
long.
what else it looks
Yeah,
like.
I
Yeah.
understand. I understand. Not the length, but sometimes you learn some things in the porn.
You see, I think
No, man, no. But okay.
You
Hear
and
me
your
out.
partner
Let me
can
give my
learn.
opinion. That before you go. Let me give my opinion. Zane, if we're saying you're practicing safe sex, there's no safer sex than masturbation.
Thank you.
So why you say there is no healthy relationship with porn?
No, because you do not have to watch those
What?
things to masturbate.
When I say watch some porn,
You
nurse.
could lend me a tape, but that we could have.
No man, then they on the internet, man. Then they on, no, listen to me. There is a point where you can say, hey, maybe this is unhealthy, but a little porn, no bad.
there's no
It's
healthy
an unhealthy
place.
obsession.
There's no healthy place for it. Whatever
Really?
affects,
The
whatever affects the mind and be in control of your actions, it's not healthy. In other words, I am saying this. Although we might see it as an avenue to learn some stuff, it can actually also destroy. We have people that are in class, at work, and still engrossed with that. It all starts from one day that they keep watching and watching and watching. And not everybody have a strong will to actually control themselves on things like that. And you never know if you have the capacity to do it. It's just like I respect people that smoke. I can't, because I don't think I have the capacity
And you have
to retain
unrealistic
that.
expectations of a
Right?
partner.
So, and I respect that. So, and I also let you know that one of the negative effects of porn is that what you watch, you feel that it's realistic, and you expect that that partner should be that person there. And then you have this comparison in your mind.
No.
And when that partner is not doing it,
Can't
you
come
say, okay,
up,
let me
yeah.
try that partner. Let me try that partner.
Yes.
And that alone, that predisposes you to risky behaviors, and that can expose you to infectious diseases.
Not necessarily. Because somehow some people just can't get sex. So porn is their only release. You want Jews kill them? Like,
No,
you know.
and see, look at this, the psychological effect of it. It's break down your social interaction with people. You don't start one day. When I was younger, I just literally go around to how I build up communicating with females is I just go and ask you and just talk to girls, ask them out. I sometimes can ask like 5, 10, 20 girls out when I was in my younger days, just to build up my rapport and how to communicate with ladies. You understand? And imagine you are only stuck to the phone. There is no facial conversation. I said, this is destroying people, seriously, because if you don't have a girl, you talk to somebody.
Sex is
There's
that
somebody for somebody,
oxygen.
really, and you must not
But then-
express love alone.
And
So that
somebody
if
have
you
the
feed
HIV.
the mind, then
it will
those
build up on
desires,
that,
yes. So just
and then
leave
you feel
it
like you
alone.
cannot do without.
You can't hotter than
You
me.
understand?
And my husband died 2024. Dr. May, nothing. Well, I have a rose.
So
Oh, me
maybe-
watching no porn. Me watching no porn.
I don't believe you.
See?
I don't believe you. I don't want to call you a liar, but I don't believe
I'm not. Ask Doctor. I wouldn't.
Oh, Doctor,
No.
Oh, would Doctor know? Wait.
I said,
Yeah,
ask Doctor, no, that I don't lie like that.
Okay, final topic before we go. Because we had a good discussion tonight. Final topic before we go. How does mental health affect sex life?
Oh, generally it does, because when somebody's anxious, anxiety can greatly affect your sexual life, because you get so anxious of being with the person. So, and also apart from that, you get agitated. People can't really relate because the fear they have in them, and also even depression. Depression can actually cause people not to even have this much sex drive. All right, and as such, that can also cause them to stay away from being intimate with even their partners, and that can lead to other problems. Stress is it. Stress also can affect a man and make the man even become, it's not functional. It look as if you're becoming impotent.
Yeah.
All right, stress. Although some other persons use sex as a stress reliever.
Stress reliever, of course.
All right, so it varies in people and how people respond to that. So sexual health actually play a vital role in our, mental health has to play a vital role, because sex
Both
is
go
mental,
hand- Both go
it go hand
hand
in
in
hand.
hand.
It's a mental reaction, basically,
certain-
before physical.
and certain mental problems causes one to lose that decision making help me with the word now.
This
Ability, right? And so like bipolar patients tend to want to get that high, and they engage in risky
behaviors.
behaviors, and they got the grandiose ideas.
People.
And a lot of mentally
Patients.
impaired patients are on the road, and persons are taking advantage of them too.
Yeah, but
A lot
technically
of them
you
are not
can't have
even being
sex with them.
tested. Pardon me?
Technically, is it legal to have sex with them?
Yeah, but look how much people doing
abuse
it.
that.
True,
People taking
I have a theory.
advantage of them,
I have a
and
theory.
they're not even being tested.
I have a theory, in Jamaica, right? There's a lot of mentally ill people on the road. 99.999% of them are men. The mentally ill women are at home with men. You wouldn't see them on the road. You would not see them on the road. Yeah, definitely. So if there's anything else y'all would like to speak to the public about, you can do that and wrap. Anything else from you, Doc?
Well,
Yes. Go ahead.
yeah, let me lead you. So we were speaking about STIs, and that is sexually transmitted infection, and we said that STI could also mean spread through intimacy. You don't always have to penetrate, and we have oral sex, we have anal sex. We have not even touched on that, but anal sex is the riskiest sex.
Balance on it, drink a 420, relax a bit. 420 we drinking. 420. Yeah, come on board, join the 420 Nation, and remember to drink responsibly.
the anus does not readily lubricate
So there's
like
more.
the vagina.
So there's more blood exchange.
Right. So then you have the risk for tearing, which is a direct route into the bloodstream, and then there can be the presence of blood, so which is an added risk factor, and also the walls, the tissues of the anus is thin.
So
So
you're
then-
saying the anus is
Equally,
not
it's the
made for
break.
sex?
No, in my
It's
opinion.
not made for sex.
No, it's
no.
No.
You hear that? It's not made for sex.
No,
And
it's
we
not.
have, and while we are on this, there is a growing trend for school children to be school children having anal sex in an attempt to keep
the
their
virginity.
hymen intact.
Mhm.
And heterosexual couples, meaning man and a woman, they also engage in anal sex.
And it's not so is it
As well.
recommended? Is it recommended?
It's not recommended.
But we cannot discriminate because the choice is
It's
still
up to the
left up
individual.
to. But what we can
But we're
advocate for,
okay.
use a lot of lube and always
Well, encourage
use
condom.
bad things, man.
protection.
Yeah,
No, we're
encouraging
encouraging
bad things.
prevention
It
and
is
exposure to
understanding
STIs.
that people have a choice.
They have to decide what is best for them.
Remember, we have to serve.
But we have to
Right.
I understand. I mean, everybody have a right to live their life, you know. And
Right.
in my humble opinion, like you could talk until you drop. A man gonna choose what he choose because you know we find ways to rationalize things
True.
as human beings, you know.
True.
Because a man would say, like, sometimes people would say, why you not use a condom? And my response would be, you could walk out the road and a car lick you down.
Yeah.
Why you not exercise? You got people running all day, every day, and sometimes
once it's
you let them
within
drop
your
down
power.
running. You know?
It's in your power to
Yeah.
prevent. Things will happen, but to prevent what is preventable.
Yeah, but at the end of the
Calculated
day,
risk again.
us as humans, we find ways
To
to,
justify,
rationalize
yeah, to
and
justify why we
anything
do
we
what we do.
So just like with the anal thing, it might not be for me or you, but the reality is we
People
have
will
people
choose to do
who
it
choose
if they
to do
want
that,
to.
you know?
And that's why we use this opportunity to encourage people
Yeah.
and to advise
Just
them.
do
and
it safely.
Yeah, to do be informed, know what to do to protect yourself from being exposed to things that will be destructive to you. You know, we can't completely decide for you what you need to do. All right, even God Himself, He didn't make us as a robot. He gave us free will. You have to choose whatever you feel is best for you. So that's why we're encouraging, using this platform to let people know that yes, even when you're talking about mental health, I indicated that anxiety, even in respect to performance anxiety, and that can also lead to difficulty in arousal as well as avoidance of intimacy. Also the depression, lower libido can also be as a result of that and everything. So all of these things have a greater effect. Generally, we want to let the public know that your health is a responsibility. So you have to take it very serious. Just as we think about what is best shoe or clothes we need to wear that fit us properly, we need to think of what is the best decision I have to make health-wise that will help me live healthy. All right, so you think about that and then you make a decision for yourself. Because truly, we will keep talking, we will keep educating, we will keep providing the resources. In fact, St. Kitts is one of the very few countries in the world that provide free testing, free commodities, preventive commodities, free medication if you're exposed to STI, to HIV. You understand? And still yet, we are not grabbing that opportunity. And also, we make it available that the education is there. You could come to the Ministry of Health and ask for any of the health educators, and they will provide the proper information that you need. Even if you feel like you don't know how to, we go to churches as well. You can actually call, you can actually bring your children and make an appointment, bring your children, and we have the conversation with them to ensure that they are well equipped. If you lack that capacity or the ability to actually talk to them, we are there to make that.
And question, let's just talk about the freeness of it. A lot of people feel like there's a level of confidentiality in the public system as it relates to the HIV thing.
Are you Sylvia? Well, I am pleased to say that we screen our testers very well. So whenever you come to the public setting, understand that you are getting the cream of the crop, because we are actually testing persons who are confidential
Training
and who would
process.
have that. What did I say?
Yeah, because the thing about it is
Training.
we don't just because you are a health professional,
Yeah.
it's not a guarantee to be trained to be a HIV rapid tester. Why do we do that? We want to ensure, we know the taboo and also the concern when it comes to STIs, right? And why people are not driven to want to do some things, all right? So to eliminate that issue, we ensure that we also do what we call a screening process for who we need to train and ensure that those persons are adequately trained and equipped to provide the confidential best practice and best services that we can provide for the Federation of St.
But apart from that, there is actually, if you are sexually active, go and get your test and do not let that be
a border of a
hindrance.
Yeah,
Because when you reach JNF
everybody will
and you are dying from AIDS, everybody will know. The word will still get out because maybe some family member, I have heard about some list that people leave and the family members were so overwhelmed, and sometimes the family members talk it and they think that it is the nurses and so people will eventually find out, because after a while HIV will progress to AIDS. I will say, go, get your test, get on the treatment, and you're going to look so good. You're going to be living so well that people would not believe that you're HIV positive. So they think, this is about you.
And
that's what people will say.
There's another misconception about HIV, that like your life over once you get that.
HIV is no more a death sentence. HIV is no more a death sentence. HIV it's almost like a chronic disease now, because there's treatment for it. All right. So that treatment now bring down the viral load so low that you can live very comfortable. All right. And in other words, if your viral load is suppressed under control, it becomes difficult for you to transmit it to somebody else. So you see the importance of first knowing your status, and secondly adhering to treatment to ensure that the viral load is completely suppressed. In fact,
and they say that you can live to your near normal lifespan, meaning that if you were to live till 70
you
and you have
still live
HIV, that will not cut your life short, but you have to test. So that you could go.
It doesn't stop you even having a family and children.
Once you're tested, then you can live your regular life.
Of course.
Once you're being treated.
Yeah.
Once you are taking your medication, you guys have medication for life. For now, you have to keep taking your medication. All right. And if you adhere to the treatment, you will be good. You will be good.
Boy, I feel like we had a good discussion tonight. Anything else you want to say to the people before we go?
I just want to say that when we think of STI, one is stay tested and informed. STI safety takes intention. So you have to be intentional. Use your condom. When you think of STI, stop, think, and investigate. Stop, think about what you are going to do. Investigate, as you talk about when last your partner got tested and all of that. You just don't jump in. And as you say, when you think about STI, sometimes you just have to use your sex toy instead. And that's another safe way.
Use your hands. Your hands.
Anti-rose.
Your hands. I don't advocate for the rose thing. Because I feel like, okay, even with the masturbation thing, right? I have this theory that it takes away the sensitivity towards real sex, you know?
Of course. in my opinion, because
depends
it's like
on how.
when you get addicted, just like pornography, you get addicted to something, and you're expecting when you get to a part where you start being intimate with a man. Now, if I'm sorry, yes, if a woman start getting intimate back with a man, if she is kind of addicted to the use of a toy like that, and she's doing it for 30 minutes, 1 hour. And that vibration goes because it's a mechanic. It's a mechanic stuff.
Doctor, you could tell you ain't know nothing about it.
Yes,
You can't use
the
it
extreme vibration. The
half an hour.
I must
You expect a man to do the same thing. A man can't do that. A man doesn't work with that.
Doctor, no rose gonna got you there 30 minutes. I don't tell you, get informed. Less than 3 minutes.
But you expect a man to do that.
Man cannot do that.
It will not take away because there is a difference. A rose can't hug you. A rose can't kiss you. A rose can't caress
you. Can vibrate.
Please.
You vibrate, you reach it to a climax in 3 minutes.
Yes.
That takes away the sensitivity.
And when the man comes now, you expect the man to do what the rose does. And he doesn't.
Doctor, we don't want that. Do not speak for us. All what we are saying, learn to use your tongue. And let us teach you.
Can the tongue vibrate on that frequency?
But then the penis will do what the tongue can't do.
But the penis cannot do that. Those vibrations. That's my
but
issue.
I am saying
Fire
that
upon the rose.
after you done do the oral sex, then the penetrative sex will be a lot more fulfilling because the oral sex. Hello, I am speaking. The oral sex is just the foreplay that makes the penetrative sex sweeter. That's all. You don't have to compete with the rose. Take it from Auntie Rose. Go ahead now.
I don't recommend the rose.
I
feel like it takes away sensitivity.
No, it does not.
I don't recommend.
Anyway, don't speak about what you don't know. So let's continue.
That do you recommend it?
No, because you feel your tongue can't do. Walk your tongue. It ain't no competition. See the rhyme? Walk your tongue.
But I want to encourage each and every one of us that we should take our health seriously, and also know that you can get your health screening done in the health centers and also in the National Health Secretariat at the Ministry of Health. Alright, if we get to the Ministry of Health, you can ask for Nurse Lucine Pemberton Vaughan, as well as Nurse Shalome Pemberton. Shalome Pennyfeather, and myself, Dr. Mathias Afortu-Ofre, and we'll be there to provide that services for you. And also know this, you can reach us at 467-1234. That's my direct office line, 467-1234, or you can reach us at 4664-2939. So, I repeat, 664-2939, and we'll be there to provide the information that you need and the services.
Yeah. So, Doc, what are the symptoms before, like if somebody contract the virus, is there a particular symptoms?
Oh no, there's no particular, when it comes to HIV, there's no particular symptom. However, you might have flu-like symptoms. All right? Flu-like symptoms, joint pain, fever, headaches, and it could be a general flu-like symptoms, right? Because you have flu, you can have those type of things. But generally, there's no specific symptoms that will.
So get tested on a frequent basis.
That is the only way.
And wear the condom.
Yes.
So the only prevention is wearing condoms.
And abstinence. The ABCs of prevention. The ABCs of prevention. Some people can abstain, so we still say abstinence.
Even for adults.
Abstinence. A for abstinence. B, be faithful. C, correct, consistent condom use. D, do the test. E, educate yourself. And F, we have to fight stigma and discrimination because that is one that is driving.
Yeah, but we need to discriminate still.
The epidemic.
we need to discriminate. We need discrimination.
Why?
We need back things like fat shaming. We need things like discriminating, because you can't make it normal.
Wow.
You cannot make it normal like...
No, it is called respect.
We need fear for certain things.
No.
But that's another...
We need fear for certain things.
We need to come back here to discuss stigma and discrimination, and also discuss how to save the young people.
Discrimination
and
is
how
a part
to-
of it.
in the aspect of communication, how we can educate our adults and also parents to help the young people to protect themselves and make a well-wise decision.
Yeah, because no, I believe in discrimination as it relates to certain things. Because you can't make certain things acceptable. You got to name and shame certain things. So it's just like things like pedophilia,
Of course,
things like rape and them things that
With that
it's just so
when we
like
talk about
it's not
discrimination.
supposed to be acceptable.
No,
Right,
of course.
that's different.
We'll have a follow-up
Yes.
discussion
For sure,
for
we look
sure.
forward to that.
You know, and I feel like we had an amazing episode of the Perspectives podcast, a good discussion with Dr.
Ofre?
Ofre
Auntie
and
Rose.
no,
It's
give me the-
Pemberton Vaughan.
Miss Pemberton Vaughan, aka Auntie Rose. So until next time, people, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
Perspectives podcast.
That's
Thank you all
all.
for being here.
Thank you.
Hoy, and I said nobody now believe it. Huh. Well, if them here say I beat it, me and the pastor, me not go preach it to how we hold it down. Yeah, man, it's Dejour, and I mean giving you a different perspective on Perspectives Media. Easy.
Perspectives Media.